Welcome guys to another ProfileTree video. So today we're going to be going through how to create a website, steps to consider, and what website builders to use. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. So what website builder can I use? For those people who aren't so technical with website building, there may be a few things that you want to consider. So here's a few key points. For those looking a simple build, this could be like an attractive blog, basic website, even basic e-commerce. You may want to look into a interface or a platform that doesn't use any HTML coding or gives you an option anyway, or CSS or JavaScript. You just want to make sure that you have pre-designed templates or an easy to use interface, and make sure you keep an eye out for any of the drag and drop features. It'll be a lot easier to use, especially if you can drag elements in, some sections, pages, and then if you're able to move sections about. It's what makes a website builder a lot easier to use if it doesn't require the use of coding. Now, if your end goal is to have a sleek professional online store, then you may want to look into something e-commerce based or e-commerce tailored website builders. And one is Shopify. That's purely e-commerce, and then it gives you a couple of different options as well. We've covered a full video on Shopify and just a rundown on it, so go check it out. So basically Shopify is just, as I said, purely e-commerce, so you may want to look into this, as I said, if you want to base it off a e-commerce tailored website builder. Next would be Wix as well. That's more or less the same thing as well. It's got an e-commerce base, and it also uses a non-e-commerce base, and the same applies to GoDaddy, but preferably GoDaddy is mainly used as a hosting website rather than a builder, but we'll look into these builders later on. And yes, as I said, look for a builder that wouldn't be too complicated to set up. Now, research is also key. It's good to know what website builder you want to use and what's more suited to you. So why not use make use of the trials, have a look at the different website builders available. It's best to just see what would be more suited to you. As I said, each to their own when using a website builder. Now, each website builder will have its own features, so make sure you have a look through them. Now, the first point there is mobile compatibility. Many people browse the web. Mobile compatibility is very important, as most of your visitors will use mobile devices to look for websites. Luckily, most website builders already have this embedded and can even change the mobile version. So basically, once you create a desktop version, it creates a mobile version for you. And that's what's pretty much great about using a website builder. You don't have to go into detail with finding the responsiveness, as well as that the creating a pretty much new platform for your same website. So mobile compatibility is key. Luckily, most or all website builders have them. Next, of course, is hosting and domains. So when you're building a website, there's two components needed other than design. And you would have a website host and domain name, of course. And that would be the URL to navigate to your site. So many website builders offer all three services: design, website host, domain name. But if you already own a domain name and want to use a different website builder, you'll have to migrate your domain to a new platform. So basically what that means is that's the use of name servers, A records, DNS, bits and pieces like that. So another example to that is if I wanted to use, or if I had built a website on GoDaddy, however I did have a domain on that point, what I could do is pretty much point that to a new website builder, which could be Wix. And then I would have to change the name server or A records, DNS, anything like that. Bits and pieces. Next, you want to look into the pictures and video storage. Now, website builders make it easy to upload pictures and videos. Most even offer a free non-copyright image and video. However, storage capabilities vary by subscription plan. So make sure you have a look out for this. This is a feature to look into, especially depending on the amount of storage you've used already for your website and the capacity of how much the videos are and the images. So just be on the lookout for the video and picture storage. Lastly, we have business email, and most website builders come with the ability to create an email address with your domain name. However, some website builders charge extra to have this feature, so make sure you pick the right plan. As well as that, make sure you look into the right website builder to see if you want to be spending or limiting the amount that you want to spend. So of course, another question that's mainly asked is how would you lay out a website? This would be more for the beginners. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the basics. So very simple. This is just a small little diagram of how it would look. You would have your logo, menu, login, social media, and that's called the header. Then of course the blue section there is sections. So they'd be sectioned out into 3 parts. We've got heading, tagline, background, video, image, solid colors. So pretty much that means is the background is video, image, or solid colors, just depending on what your preference is towards the website. Then next you would probably have a about us. So that would be like a paragraph along with a picture, video, or maybe some blog posts. And of course, that first one there is called a hero section. That's what attracts the user or visitor into the website. Then you would have either a gallery as well. You can have a gallery about a contact form or even promotional for products. So depending if you're running an e-commerce store, then it would be great to have both gallery and promotionals. People are attracted to vouchers especially. Then you would have your links, menu, social media, and a disclaimer, and that would be sitting at your footer. So that's pretty much the basics of how to build a website. So now we're looking into the website builders. Now starting off, we've got Wix, and this is a powerful website builder without being too overwhelming. Now it comes with plenty of templates, and when I say plenty of templates, there is pretty much a template for each category that you are within. You also have great customer support, and I would say this is a top choice for beginners and pro web builders. So there's a platform for the Wix, 3 different platforms actually. One for maybe a beginner, you have one for intermediate, and then you would have one for a pro. We'll look into that of course later on in the video. Next we've got Zero, which is a website builder that has the lowest prices in terms of plans by far. But of course, to take advantage of the low cost, you would need to agree to a 4-year contract. After that, you'll get a choice of more than 100 free templates to get started. Designs are great, but rely on hero sections or images to nail the designs. This is a drag and drop editor and has all the elements you need to build a website. Now, I would say that Zero and Wix are very alike. The only downfall towards Zero is that it doesn't have as many templates. And I would say with the features and the app, you are a little bit limited as well. This is in terms with actual ranking, SEO, traffic, things like that. You would say that Wix would be the winner. But anyway, we'll let you guys decide that when we're looking at the website builders themselves. Next, we've got Squarespace. And this is one of the more popular and best website builders as well. Has a load of features that can be handy for the user, but it can take a while to learn in terms of location of menus and features. This builder is a cross between drag and drop editor and point and click editor. Great web builder in terms of design and templates. And next we've got Jimdo, which helps you to create a personalized site with photos, tailored text, as well as other details that fit your industry in about 3 minutes. This site builder would be used for musicians, photographers, or people who don't want to share stories and inspiration. So anyone that does blogs, pretty much Jimdo would probably be the one for you. And then lastly, we've got GoDaddy, and it's also great for first timers. Requires 0 technical skills, and you have to answer a few questions about what your website is all about and the purpose of your site. Or another option is to choose a template you like and pretty much go from there. However, GoDaddy doesn't offer as many design options. So unlike the rest of the ones that we've looked at, this would probably be at the lowest bracket. Anyway, what we'll do is we'll go through each of the website builders and we'll let you decide which one you want to use. So starting off, we've got Wix, and as usual, it would have its pros and cons. So listing out the pros, we've got huge list of templates, very versatile editor, great documentation and support, and offers a free version to test the service. Now with the cons, it can be confusing with the amount of editors, and this being Editor X, Wix Editor, and the actual new one, which is the Wix ADI, or it now has a different name, which we'll look into. Has basic SEO features, designs aren't responsive, can't switch templates once you've picked. Anyway, to judge this, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the website builder itself. So this is the sign up for Wix. Now you can go ahead and sign up through Wix using your email and creating a password, and of course you would re-verify it, or you could use the Google or Facebook. Now we already have an account, so for those who already have a login account, you can go ahead and continue with your email. So once you've loaded in, it'll ask you what platform you want to use, so you could use either Wix or Editor X. Now we're going to go ahead and proceed with Wix. Then it'll ask you what sort of website you're building, and we could create either an e-commerce site or a non-e-commerce site. So we're just going to go with a blog for the meantime. And it also gives you a few different options for a blog. And we'll select next. Now we can call the website anything we want. So, okay, and then it'll ask us what we want to add to our website. So of course we are a blogging website, so it'll instantly add the blog in. And you can also have a chat box, forms. These are all just a means to basically increase the features of your website. And of course, the more you have, the better your website will run, depending on the purpose, of course. Now I'm going to go ahead and choose to skip or select next. And now it'll ask us again of the three different options for our platform. Now, this used to be called Wix ADI and now it is a website generator. And basically what it does is asks you a few different questions and it'll build a couple of different templates for you. So starting off, it'll ask us to review and edit our information. And this is where we would add our logo, our name, email, address, phone, and of course our social media accounts. For the meantime, we'll skip that as we don't have any of the information. And then it'll ask you 6 different options, and it'll be, for us, it's Vogue, Timeless, Chic, Minimal, Clay, and Classic. Now, there are other options out there for themes, and it just depends what one you'll get. So I will go ahead and select the Timeless look. And now what it'll do is it'll prepare 3 different layout home pages for us. And this is where we'll be able to pick out our own layout. So as you can see, it's a decent layout to a site, especially with no name or anything like that. Now, of course, if you have specified the name, it'll specify a image towards it, but it's given us a blank area. So basically all you would need to do is click on the one you want and then select next. So that pretty much sums up the now called website generator or Wix ADI. So now that we're back to the point, we're going to go ahead and check the editor X. So we'll see what this looks like. Now with editor X, it is a little bit more fluid with the designs. So that's how it looks, and we'll actually demonstrate one of them. So this is how this part looks. So these are one of the templates. It's very fluid, it's got a lot of animation into it as well. Probably worth to do, especially if you are an expert with using Wix. And going back, you could also view the wireframes. So that's pretty much if you're unsure with choosing a template, you can go ahead and choose a blank one, landing page, business site, e-commerce services, portfolio, anything like that. And lastly, of course, is our main one, which is Wix Editor. And we'll go ahead into this and check out the different templates that they have. So depending on what you own as a category. Since we have selected the blog website template, these are the list of different options we have, and it lists all the way up to page 6. So there's plenty to choose from, as you can see. So lemon squeezy, travel blog, sports blog and podcast, food blog, business blog and forum. There's a lot of different choices available. Now, if I do select on one, let's say we select the travel blog, I can go ahead and view it or edit it. And this is pretty much what the template looks like. So as soon as you go into the editor itself, this is what it looks like. And it'll give you pretty much a quick demonstration what you can go through. So we've got add elements, add section, pages and menu, site design, add apps, my business, media and content manager. Now, of course, if we click off it, there's different options here where we can look through site design, professional, hire professional, dev mode, or different pages that we could switch to as well. We can zoom in and pretty much select our toolbar here, and we can specify the dimensions of a section. We can add sections as well just by clicking, and then we can add some of these ones. We can also add elements as well, so images, buttons, decorative pieces like shapes. And then for the box, that's mainly like container boxes that we can add in. There's a whole load to do for one developer, and it's great. There's a lot you could choose from, so you pretty much have everything you need here. We've got blogs, we've got our gallery, we've got uh, pretty much just an area of about the actual website and a hero section, as well as our header. So everything you need is all here, and you can pretty much work away with the actual developer tool, and it's easy enough to do. So say I wanted to add a button, I can go ahead and add a button and select view more, and it'll add it to the section, as you can see, and I can pretty much click and drag that to the left, and then it'll snap on. Now, if you're looking in terms of the actual plans and the pricing points, so we'll just save this as my site 25. We'll go into the dashboard and just wait for this to save. Okay, now it's saved. So site, and then we'll go to my dashboard and we'll just check out the actual plans for Wix. So these are the plans available for Wix. Now we've got some website plans. So these are non-e-commerce sites. We've got VIP, Unlimited, Combo, and Connect Domain. Now just be sure to check out the features to see what you'll get through them. And of course, then we have our business and e-commerce plans, which come at around 27, 20, and £15. Business VIP, Business Unlimited. You have Business Basic. And of course our next one here, which is enterprise plans, and these are mainly used for larger websites, and then you would have to actually call Wix themselves. I think it ranged at around 500 US dollars or about 450 480 pound, somewhere around there, somewhere around that point. So just be sure that you select the right one. Of course, you have a free domain for a year. So this is great, especially if you are starting off with this website, and it also occurs for any other websites you use. Just be aware that you can't actually switch over your plan to another website if you change your mind. So once you've made the purchase, that domain or that plan is now selected for that website, so you can't change it to any other ones. So that pretty much sums up Wix. It's easy website developer to use. Very highly recommend. One of the more popular ones. But anyway, we'll go ahead and check out our next website builder. So we have our next website builder, which is Zyro. Now, just like the other one, it's got its pros and cons. So starting off with the pros, it's great for beginners. Has SSL encryption, drag and drop editor, very easy to use. Now with the cons, you can't switch to another template once you've picked. Lacks the advanced features, no real-time support for a free plan, and no access to code editing. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and check out the website builder itself. So this here is the Zyro website builder. Now, of course, we're on the blank templates. Now you can choose to select a blank template if you want to. or you could choose from any of the categories available. Now, they have a shorter range for the different templates available. However, their templates are, I can say, as good as Wix, and for the price that you're paying as well, in terms of the actual subscription, it is actually a load cheaper than Wix. So it's something to maybe consider, depending on what features are available. Now, of course, if you do select a template, you can go ahead and preview it if you want to. And unlike Wix, we do have a optimization for desktop. We've got one for a tablet and a mobile phone. This is how this one looks. Now, it does lack the animation, of course, but nonetheless, it does look the part in terms of it being a built website. Now, if you are happy enough with the actual template, you can go ahead and choose Start Building. Now, there is a website style here, and you can see the different colors that have been used several times. And you can also add some animation. So just say I wanted to have a slide animation, it'll select a slide animation for all of it, or a scale animation, or even a fade animation. So depending on what you use, it'll occur for the entire website. And as we've seen, there is a no animation version. Now, we can preview this as well if we wanted to. So this is pretty much how it'll look if we preview this website. And we can go back to the editor mode as well. Now, you have an area for pages and navigation, or pages and menu. And you also have an area for add elements. And just like Wix, you can add sections as well. And it'll list out a different amount of sections available. And you can also add some elements like a button, as you could see, and you can pretty much drag and drop it anywhere you want, and also delete it using the undo and redo button. So that pretty much just sums up what that looks like. What I want to do with this is actually look at the pricing plans and just compare from there. So now we're going to go ahead and manage the subscription. So of course you can connect your domain, you can connect a business email if you want to as well. It also gives you a quick start guide to your website. So once you've started building your website, you can publish it as well. Add a favicon, connect your own domain, set up marketing integrations. Of course, this is great for SEO as well. And you can manage your SEO here through this. And just by clicking through it, you'll be able to load up your business, basically add a business name and brand, and basically get set up. So if I exit off this is what this looks like. And it also gives you a preview of how it will look for a search result. But what we want to focus on is the subscription. So we'll check out the plans now. So, as you can see, we've also got some promotionals: upgrade and save. Upgrade your subscription to get a free domain for a year and a 10% off an annual plan. Now, if we manage the subscription, of course, we don't have a plan at the minute. They do have two plans. It is either a website, so this is a regular website since it's a blog one, or depending if I want to have a business website and want to sell some goods, then I would have to run an e-commerce website, and it comes at around $3.59, and we also have our website setting at $2.59. Now, with the features, you could view and see all the other features here. And what's great is we have unlimited bandwidth, unlimited storage. Those are the two important factors there. Have a free domain for a year, free email for 3 months, free web hosting as well. So you don't have to worry about any of the background stuff. And we can embed code as well. So this is depending if you want to add some code. And of course, if you select the plan, it'll ask you to go through to the payment options, and of course you could have some of the exclusive deals available. Now, it's $2.59 for 2 years, and it's $3.29 for a year. Now, you also get a free month, so technically it's 2 years and a month. Or if you're just choosing to do monthly, then it'll be at $11.99. So that's just an example, and of course you will get some deals. But that pretty much just sums up what Xero looks like. Very, very cheap in terms of the subscription plans. So definitely highly recommend if you want to get the same feel as you would for Wix, but on a budget, then this would be the website builder for you. Anyway, we'll move on to our next website builder and look into that. Next, we've got Squarespace. Now, this platform is one of the more popular ones. Now, with its pros and cons. Starting off with the pros, we've got a modern, stunning website designs. It's user-friendly. It's got a good number of apps for added functionality to the site, AMP formatting, and limited availability labels for e-commerce. And for the cons, it lacks the customization freedom, so designs can vary. It is fairly expensive for what it is compared to the other website builders, and it has limited customer support. So, of course, if you need a hand, then you wouldn't get the support that you would need, especially for the pricing point. Anyway, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and check out the website builder itself. Okay, so now we're at the area for templates. If you guys haven't watched the previous videos, you can already tell that they have changed the layout already, and I do believe that it was easier on the previous one than as of now. But I can't understand where they're coming from in terms of how they want to lay out their templates. Now, they do have a good range and beautiful amount of templates, and they've even also added a favorite button. So if you do favorite one, you can go to your favorites and pretty much select one of the templates. Now, in terms of this layout, it is more confusing. It can take a while to get a hang of, especially since if you've already had a hang of got the hang of the other one. It's just working your way around the new layout. Now, of course, they have here for different types of categories. Now, you can select a online store, portfolio, memberships, blog, scheduling, and a one page. Or you can also select one of the topic ones there available. On top of that, you can also create your own template from scratch. However, finding and navigating through the blank template is a little bit harder than it seems now, since they have got rid of that option for the little button. But if you do search up on one of the search engines for a blank template, you should be able to navigate your way through it, just until Squarespace actually fixes their layout. But regardless, they do have their great, like a good amount of their templates. So we'll go ahead and view one. So one of the favorite ones here, we'll select that. And of course, we can choose to start with this design or view a demo site. But we'll go ahead and start with the design. So first initial look, this is how it looks. Now, they have actually increased it to 15 days. It used to be a 14-day trial. So an extra free day is very good to have. Now, this is how that editor looks. Now, you've got your edit here, your pages, design, commerce, marketing, scheduling, and their new one here, which is an asset library. And of course, this is where we can add our files onto. Now, in terms of designing and editing out the actual website, all you would need to do is select edit, and you can add some blocks. You can add sections if you wanted to as well. So you can add a blank section or save sections. Now, this is a brand new one that they have, especially if you found something really cool, and then you can add blocks into this. So these would be your elements basically. So each section would have an add block, and that's where you're able to customize your area. Now, of course, we can have our text here, pretty much move it about, and then we can add a block of button, just say, and then we could just move that about as well. And depending how long I want to make it, I can just keep dragging down or dragging up, and it basically just creates the white space for me. And of course, I can't increase this or decrease this depending where that final area is. Just a very easy web developer to use in terms of how the developer works. Now, of course, I can view that within desktop or the mobile optimization. I can also do a site style where I complete the entire website. So overall, just an easy builder to use. Now, we'll go ahead and check out our subscriptions with the plans. Now, you can pay it annually or you can pay it monthly, but if you are paying it annually, and depending what category your website is, of course there's personal, business, basic, and advanced, and this is the amount that you will be paying. Now, be sure that you read the features and have a look through the features just to make sure it's accommodating to that website. You can choose to pay monthly, or you can choose to pay monthly or annually. So just all dependent on you. Now, of course, we'll take a look at the US dollars. Now it's at $16, $23, $27, and $49. So that's just something to consider. But yep, that pretty much sums it up for Squarespace. A very, very nice developer to use. Very unfortunate the fact that they keep changing it about. If they just stuck to one navigation, then it'll be easier to use. But I do understand that they're just playing about with it. So just be patient with Squarespace themselves. Anyway, moving on, we'll check out our next website builder. Next, we've got a very basic website builder. It's Jimdo. Now, of course, it's got its pros and cons. Starting off with the pros, it's got a free image library. You can create a custom site within 3 minutes. You've also got personal website assistance, and it's extremely easy to use. Now, for the cons, you've got no blog functionality, no app store to add, enhanced functionality to the site, no backup for the site. You've also got template restrictions. Anyway, without further ado, we'll go ahead and check out the website builder itself. So this is our next website builder, and it is Jimdo. Now, this is how it looks at the front for the website builder. Now, we're going to go ahead and check out the different templates and basically just go through the actual website builder itself. So, starting off, we're just going to select the try Jimdo for free, and it'll link us to a new page here, and just click Start. And you can either choose any of the options here, either Google, Facebook, Apple, or sign up with your email. And of course, if you already have an account, then you can go ahead and proceed. Now, we're going to go ahead and sign up with Google. And just click Continue. And then that'll take us to a dashboard. So this is some of our available websites that we've created. And of course, if you do want to create a new website, all you would need to do is select New Website. Now, either create a beautiful website with no coding required, or you can create one with coding. Now, with coding, it gives you a couple of different options here, depending on the category. Now, we'll just stick with our blog. These are some of the templates that it offers. Now, the only problem with this web builder is that it is very limited in terms of the options that you get for templates. It is one of the least ones that you get from what I have seen. And so if we do go back, there is an option for you to create a beautiful website without any use of code. And so they say. So who are you creating a website for? So it's a single individual, a group of people. We'll just say a single individual. Now, what is your website for? Now, you could have a personal project or event, project or hobby, project turned into a business, new business, established business. So you can select established business depending on what you have. And of course, this is where you would add your business name. And then you would select next, and of course it'll ask you if this is one of your listing. This is basically if you own a physical business, and if you already have one. If you don't, you can select I don't see my profile here, and then next it'll ask you what is your business category. I'll just say that we do blogging, and so what we could do is we could skip that and just say to showcase my work, and then this is where we would connect either a Facebook or Instagram, depending or. Then R1 is about blog, but it doesn't really have blogging on this site, unfortunately. But we can do writing. And then these will always be the 6 different options you will get in terms of the actual style. So modern, minimal, fresh, dark, natural, or elegant. I will select elegant. Now you can choose the different color palettes here. There's this one there, or this. So I'm just going to select the navy blue one. Then you get 3 different page options. You can select portfolio, about me, contact, and of course there's a list of different ones. I could do gallery if I wanted to, and portfolio, and then continue. Now, I wouldn't recommend to use this particularly as a blogging website. They don't really offer the term blog, which is the most unfortunate thing about this. So there's two different layout options there, or you can select the surprise me. I'll actually do the surprise me one and see what it comes up with. So once that loads up, it'll ask you whether you want to have your domain, basically. And then we can go ahead and continue to the site and edit. So getting into the website, this is what it looks like. It's pretty much just a select and drop. So if we add this to the block, we can add that in. And then of course we can show elements as well. And then we can design the block how we want to. And on top of that, you can delete things or duplicate things, but there's not much else you can do, unfortunately. But you can edit the area here, depending on the images, of course. So that pretty much just sums up what the builder looks like. And of course, you have your design, pages, domains, and settings. Now, pretty much moving swiftly, we'll go to the actual plan. So to enter the plan, all you would need to do is just go to the actual site itself, then show the dashboard. Then once you're into the dashboard, it'll ask you whether you want to publish your website, add a custom domain, pretty much etc. And then you can choose a plan through here. And then these are some of the options I have. So you have unlimited, legal, grow, start, or play. So you can actually start a free one without a custom domain for £0 per month, or the cheapest that they have is £9 per month. Now, if you are starting an online store, it's around 15, 19, and 39. So it's a decent website builder. Probably wouldn't recommend it if you are trying to build something intricate. It's just more the fact that if you want to add more designs, elements, things like that, you can't really produce the same work for Jimdo. But that's pretty much what this website builder is all about. We'll go ahead and move on to our last one. So our last one here is GoDaddy. Now, of course, it has its pros and cons. Now, starting off, it's got a 24/7 customer support, great value for introductory plans, uses an artificial design intelligence to create a quick site. Unfortunately, its cons has a very limited app market, very limited customization, and is pricey with the add-ons. Moving swiftly, we'll go ahead and check the editor itself. So this is our website builder, GoDaddy. Now, of course, we have a range of different options here. We could see our website builder, online store, website templates, its features, pricing plans, website design services. So there are a whole lot of different options to look through here for the website builder. Now, moving swiftly along, there are different options for your website templates. So depending on what category you are, you can go ahead and filter them out using this left area here for the categories. Now, say I wanted to do automotive and cars, I can go ahead and select that and I'll be able to find something similar to automotive and cars. Now, there's one here for, looks like a car wash sort of website. And then we have corner 8, which looks like it'll be pretty much like a blog area for your cars. Here's one that looks like it's going to be a car dealership. So pretty much a few different options there. Now, if I do select one to preview, I can go ahead and do so. So this is what it looks like for a preview. So it's a nice built website. It's pretty much got everything there. Or if I don't want to start a free template website, I can go ahead and select a from scratch sort of website. So just say if I was starting a new site, I can go ahead and select IT services, let's just say. And then this is where I will name my website. And then select next. And then it'll give you a couple of questions. So we'll just say it's been up and running for a while now. More of a full service. And coming soon page. So once you've got all that submitted and all the answers or all the questions answered, it'll build the website for you within the background, as you could see. So once that's loaded up, we'll have a look at the website. It does take a little minute, but once it's all loaded up, so this is pretty much what we've got for the services. So IT services, and usually it would link you to the correct image. Okay. So this is what it looks like. This is an inside of it. Of course, they've got a video background playing. And what I could do as well is pretty much update that and change it about. So just select this. I could change the video if I wanted to. So if I wanted something to do with IT services, I can add them in. And what's great as well is you could create videos using Vimeo. That's one of the other things I wanted to say as well. Or you can upload your videos as well. So if you wanted to be like with an IT, just say computer. If I search up computer, I should be able to find one based on computer. So there's one for IT services, technically. And then I'm also able to change the title, as well as that with the actual header. I can add some sections as well to it if I wanted to. So like a blog, which is very, very helpful, especially if you are trying to promote your website or if you're trying to push the website out. Now, of course, since this is just like a launching soon sort of page, there's not really much need for it. Now, of course, they do have a privacy policy. You can have contact pages, about us pages, depending on how you want to build your website, really. And then, of course, you've got your theme there where you can change your colors. You can change the fonts as well, which is great. And then, of course, there's a lot of different areas there to change your fonts. It changes them straight away. There's one for cabin. And then lastly, we've got settings. And then you could, of course, publish your website, connect a domain, add some basic information, social media links, favicons, anything like that. And pretty much, yeah, that is what the website is. The only unfortunate thing is that you can't actually move things about, which is a little bit annoying for most. And that's pretty much one thing about it. Of course, I can't change the layout if I wanted to. I can add like areas like this. So that's animation there, or have it like that. And then for this section, I can modify it as well. It is just a tad bit temperamental. So I can move the section, or I could duplicate the section, or I could just move the section down if I wanted to. So that's pretty much as you can do. So it's very basic. I would more recommend this website builder for hosting or using your domains. But regardless, they do have a website builder, and it is as good as it gets. It's easy enough as well. Very good for people with zero technical skills. But anyway, we'll check out the plans. And we'll see what we have in store for our plans. So, starting off, you've got basic, which is a $4.99, and then you've got your standard, which is $7.99, your premium, which is $11.99, and your e-commerce, which is $13.99. Now, of course, it says here for limited time only. So this is pretty much some of their vouchers or anything like that, like promotionals. It's 55% off with an annual plan for the first year. So you can get billed yearly or monthly. So depending, and make sure you have a read through the features just to make sure it is the right plan for you. And of course, you can call the number below if you need some help. But you only get billed once you finish the trial. So as you can see, once you've selected bill me after trial, it'll bring up a plan for you to use. And that's pretty much how it goes. And then you can continue. But yeah, that's pretty much what the GoDaddy service is in a nutshell. And that's pretty much the entire video as well. So, of course, there are other website builders to use out there. So this is just a startup point or just a foundation to get the hang of it. If you guys have any questions at all regarding this video, please do let me know in the comments section below. But other than that, I'll see you guys for the next one. Thank you very much.